Hello, and thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. My name is Destiny Owen, and I will be giving an overview on why I selected to do my project on temporary short-term rental businesses in order to obtain an additional $6,000 per month for additional cash flow. The platform that I will be utilizing is Airbnb to make sure the additional income can support early retirement. Again, the goal is to collect about $6,000 additional per month from 3 properties over the span of 6 years. With today's economy, in order to retire comfortably, you have to have some form of savings. Relying on Social Security benefits could have you in a bind and potentially working past the age of 65. So again, the goal is to make an additional $6,000 monthly over a 6 year period. The significance of this goal is so that you have a retirement plan and financial visibility for down the line, because you never know what is to come. The significance of this goal is to change the narrative of having to work for an additional past the age of 65. We will focus on things like the current trends in the market and the industry to be consulted. We'll also cover property strengths and weaknesses as they kind of vary depending on city, state, and location. Airbnbs are prime example of rapid expansion of the short-term rental industry in recent years. The aim of this is to maintain social separation and enjoy a quieter setting, providing to avoid congested hotel lobbies, elevators, and things of that nature. Owen Property Management Real Estate Company plans to expand from 1 property to 3 properties, offering opportunity and eliminating some of those problems. It entails buying, remodeling, advertising, and effectively property management while satisfying legal criteria and being aesthetically pleasing to our visitors. The market for short-term rentals may become crowded in some places as it grows more competitive as the years progress. Certain high areas such as like California, Florida, Vegas, Nashville, high metro areas do tend to have more of these short rental properties that can make it kind of congested, and you really have to start to separate your properties from other people's properties and make sure that you're getting the correct deals when you're purchasing these homes, as well as attracting the correct visitors to stay within your properties. Other things to consider when identifying the locations for these properties are zoning regulations, licensing requirements, property taxes increase, and things of that nature. So, of course, with our first goal is to acquire 2 additional properties. We already own 1 property, so we would only have to acquire 2 more properties within a 12-month period. Our overall goal is to remain under $1.2 million. OPM LLC will allocate a budget of $300,000 to property acquisitions. We would like to stay within foreclosures or properties that need minimal renovation. That way we get the most out of the property without having to rebuild the house, basically. Renovations should be completed within about 18 months. The goal is to have those completed within 18 months of purchase. That way we are getting a quick turnaround on our investment. And again, the goal is to identify properties that do not need much of an improvement. That way it's not something that we're really harping on and putting a lot of our extra lucrative funds into. Our second goal for financial security and stability, the purpose of this goal is to enforce and cushion market turbulence, unanticipated financial crises, economic turndowns. These will be achieved through establishing a financial revenue, a reserve equivalent to 1 year of operating expenses. So we want to make sure that we have a solid savings in order to keep these properties up and going just in case things happen, such as another pandemic, a national disaster. Things like this really do affect the short-term rental community. So you have to have some sort of reserve fund available in order to ensure that your property can still be maintained. One of the second goals is to minimize debt and ensure positive cash flow to maintain financial stability by identifying and reducing unnecessary debt. The company will maintain a positive cash flow and track cash reduction while establishing a budget and cost-cutting strategies. This goal is to reduce the expenses by 10% within the first year. And I feel like that's a very attainable goal. The third goal here is going to be explore alternative income streams beyond the short-term rentals, such as hosting events, extending out to those who have long-term contracts, such as travel nurses, or people who need more of a longer-term stay, maybe 6 months to a year stay versus just always 2 to 3 day stays. That way we have a diversified portfolio to show that we can support any type of need that someone may have. And then the fourth goal, the retirement, which is a main goal, the target is to contribute 10% of all annual profits to this plan. Moving on to being sustainable and eco-friendly, we want to ensure that we are doing our part to reduce our carbon footprint and making sure that we are being cognizant of how we are practicing with our properties, such as ensuring we have water saving initiatives, waste reduction measurements, ensuring that we are abiding by whichever policies are in place for our communities in which we are purchasing the homes. We want to reduce our energy usage by 20% by the end of 2027. And by doing this, we will be able to add more to our retirement because we are not spending as much on water or electricity or paper products that will be used inside of the property. We want to reduce our water consumption by 10% by the beginning of January 2025. We will do that by replacing the different water fixtures with low volume, high pressure water systems. That way, although it's using less water overall, it does not feel like it's using less water. And we will be allocating $150,000 of our budget for contractors, plumbing, and educational initiatives to ensure that we are keeping in line with our goals. And of course, it is a customer-based business, so we want to ensure that we are always considering our customers' feedback, asking them to leave us reviews at the end of their stay, and coming back as a collective to review at the end of 6 months what's been positive, what's been negative, what can we do to improve. Always ensuring that we are focusing on property maintenance and cleanliness standards. Again, post-COVID period, a lot of different cleanliness standards have been put out, and we want to ensure that anyone who stays at our properties are receiving the best guest experience, and that everything is tailored to what they need, and they are not concerned with cleanliness or anything like that. We also want to establish a guest loyalty program so that way we get that returning clientele back to us. Again, more for those people, business trips, travel nurses who frequent those larger cities, who they know that they can stay at one of our properties and know that everything that they need is going to be provided for them and they not have any issues. And then, of course, we want to create and introduce the guest loyalty program to reward frequent customers and encourage brand loyalty. With just achieving the loyalty, we could see as much as a 15% increase in repeat bookings and enrollment in the loyalty program within the first year. The program will have multi-tier offering exclusive bonuses and collaborating with local businesses, such as 10% off of your meal or an activity that's prevalent in the area, and partnering with them. So overall, our financial analytics is pretty straightforward. Again, we are trying to obtain an additional $6,000 per month over within a 6-year period through 3 properties. This will include extra services, add-on vacation home rentals, the overhead expenditures necessary to staff a vacation rental businesses will be the main driver of cost. Payroll costs, rent, utilities, office supplies, and marketing materials will all be accounted for. Again, we are focusing more on homes that will not require us to have a mortgage payment. We want to own the houses outright. That way we are getting our maximum return from the properties. We're looking to make about $202,000 at a 75% occupancy from our second property, and roughly $1,800 from the third property. So that will already get us in the direction that we need to be going in order to ensure we meet our monthly goal. Here is a financial breakdown continued, just to give a little bit more background into where we are. We're looking to make about $120,000 this year from the 3 properties, making our expenses roughly $80,000 and our net income about $40,000. So that puts us at a gross margin percentage of 33%. This is a positive financial contributes to company's long-term goal of making monthly income. It suggests a positive trend in the revenue, and that we are doing what we are supposed to do, and that our properties are getting fulfilled, and we are having those repeat customers and those new customers coming in. Monitoring trends and revenue in our area to ensure that we are also giving our customers the best value, but we're also getting our best return from the properties as well. The concentration that was used mostly for this project was project management. It aligns perfectly with the capstone goals and objectives, which involve growing the current Airbnb rental business to a portfolio to 3 properties. These 3 courses that you see here were the main focuses that really drove this project forward. Project and risk management was a crucial component in ensuring the successful execution of any endeavor. The concepts taught in this course involve planning, organizing, and coordinating resources to achieve specific goals within a defined timeline and budget. Financial tools for managers provided project managers with the essential capabilities to provide project financial management by utilizing budgeting and forecasting features. We are able to get realistic financial goals and anticipate future expenses to ensure that the project stays on budget. And also, the issues and applications in project management, again, involved a lot of planning and how to ensure that we are getting everything that we need to get done on time, such as ensuring that we have our permits, and making sure that we are in alignment with our goals. And then an honorable mention to the virtual teams and community opportunities course. Within that course, it covered a lot of how to deal with teams virtually. For this project specifically, we will be working with a multitude of people, contractors, and things of that nature. So with that, you may not always be able to get in front of that person physically. So being able to have the ability to speak with someone over telecoms, whether that's Teams, phone, text, and ensuring that you guys are on the same page will be very helpful with this project. The expansion success will be based on the setup and the property acquisition phase, analysis of demand trends, market trends, and their particular quantities of the target sites will be performed. If there are any properties that we are pursuing that we feel we can get some wiggle room in on the price, negotiations will definitely take place. Collaboration with contractors for necessary setup and upgrades will be crucial to turning every home into a warm and successful Airbnb place. This will require meticulous planning and supervision to ensure that the residents meet and exceed prospective guest expectations. The expectations of the market strategy is very important to the OMP LLC expansion, focusing on building a strong presence via different media. The principal measure will entail initiating a unified marketing strategy that will statistically expand across online and offline profiles. We want to ensure that we are not only just out there on the different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We want to make sure that the word of mouth for the community is also there as well to ensure that the community knows, hey, this property is well managed, it's not hurting other people's property values, and it's bringing something good to the community. We want to ensure that we instill those good relationships with our community partners. Here are our recommendations. The project selection and implication should demonstrate innovation. We want to make sure that we're staying on top of, again, new trends. We don't want our homes to look dated. We want to make sure that we're keeping up with what our customers would like to see. We will ensure that the area that we choose the housing in are cutting edge possibilities, safe neighborhoods, with a lot of amenities that are available to our guests that they may like while they are staying at our facilities. We will ensure that it's an easy transition to get into the home and that the home is considered safe for our guests, such as smart locks, automatic systems, guest management applications to improve visitor satisfaction, and the streamline of the property management. We will employ artificial intelligence and data analytics to gain insight into the market trends, visitor preference, and pricing optimization. We definitely want to focus on the pricing optimization to, again, ensure that we are competitive to those who are around us and making sure that we are, again, getting the best value for our home. And implementing virtual and virtual reality to provide prospective guests with an interactive property tours. We want to make sure that once a guest goes to our profile on Airbnb, that they're able to really feel like they are a part of that space, and there will be no surprises when they get there. So setting up like the 360 tours of the home will definitely be something that we implement down the line. And in conclusion, we will always do follow-ups with our guests to ensure that they were successfully taken care of during their stay and that they were satisfied. We will always examine competitor analysis and market trends that will be enforced. And we expect to have a high return on investment that will show that we were successful in our investment, and the tracking metrics will help assess the financial performance. Through a thorough and organized business strategy forms the foundation of our company, and we will be successful through that. It is not going to be something that happens overnight. It's definitely something that's going to build over time, and you have to just kind of be patient with that. But with the plan, it'll offer us a clear roadmap to profitable growth, property acquisition, operational enhancement, marketing, and branding, and how to have risk reduction overall. And then the next slides are just our sources. And thank you so much for your time.